Hi lovelies, welcome to My Life and Tarot. This is the hashtag 31 Days of Tarot by Ethony and days 22 until 26. So I will leave Ethony's first day, the initial video down below, also her prompts or the questions, and let's go. So day 22. Share the card that was the hardest for you to get when you were first learning the tarot. How would you feel about the card now? How do you feel about the card now? The hardest card for me to get was the Temperance. As some of you maybe already know, I painted or colored myself into the tarot and learned while I was creating my own tarot deck. So creating, so to speak, I just printed out and colored myself a deck of Rider White, but I colored everything as I saw them with color pencils and did myself a deck. So the Temperance card was for me the hardest one to get, as the whole image of pouring constant water from one cup to another was not speaking like temperance to me. Today I understand it better, but then I didn't see how it's related to the angel, to the path on the card, and it was the hardest one for me to see and understand the point of the temperance on the card, or what conveys the temperance on it. So, and now how I feel about the card. After seeing many temperances from other decks, historical decks and the newer decks, I now understand more thanks to seeing the wider picture. But when I started with tarot, I just memorized this card, and its image didn't speak temperance to me at all. Today I see in my mind's eye the other details I've seen on other cards, and have created this whole other picture in my head for the temperance. So next question, next day, day 23. Share a tarot deck that you just had to break up with. It no longer resonates with you. So I had a few decks that I had to break up with, that I initially really wanted and even connected to start with, but after my taste change or the personal paradigm shift, so to speak, I started to like a whole other kind of decks. So I will mention a few that are the Chrysalis Tarot. I did let that one go in before the end of the last year, as did I let go of the Tarot of the Vampires by Ian Daniels. I wanted them so much, and I got the chrysalis on the spring and I liked it and worked with it, but after my things changed I did have to let it go. I actually swapped it for the Tarot de Marseille and can't be more happier. So the Tarot of the Vampires I wanted for so long, and it arrived right before the moving, and I looked at it, I loved it, I packed it away, and after we opened all the things, I realized that my shift had already started and this deck is no longer the one that I need to keep or have. But I kept the book though. The book is good. The Phantasmagoria book is really good. But the deck itself didn't speak to me no more. So did Come and Go, the Hidden Realms Tarot. I tried to connect with it for a while, but as with the Tarot of the Vampires, I received it a little bit before the moving or right after the moving and struggled with it until the last month when I traded it. So, and the last one is the deck that I feel guilty about letting go. It was the Vampire Tarot by Robert M. Place, and this one was in my wish list for quite a long time, and one day I was approached by a wonderful lady who offered it to me for a swap, and I was like so happy, and the deck arrived again right before the moving and the shift starting. So I tried to connect with it, and I even did the thing that many doesn't appreciate. I rounded the most smaller corner rounder I have. I rounded the corners because the cards were hurting my hands when I tried to shuffle it and work with it, but I found myself struggling with it, and it just stayed on the shelf. And while I appreciated the art and the style of the Robert M. Place, I really didn't see the connection for me, and so I traded it for a few decks from my wish list, which are with me today. So these are the ones that I had to let go of. And for the Vampire Tarot, I feel guilty because of how it came to me, and the person thought about me and looked me up on the Facebook and contacted me, and I am grateful until today for that, but I'm ashamed to realize and say that I ended up swapping it away again. But now it has a home that it's loved in and kept in use and worked with, so that's good. Better than if the deck just laid around in here and I couldn't use it or wouldn't use it. Now, day 24. If you could design a 79th tarot card that everyone would use, what would it look like? What would it represent? I thought about it a little bit, and actually, as long as I've been using tarot, I can't see a particular card missing from the set. The only thing that popped into my mind out of nowhere was the Minor Arcana card that maybe conveys the talking behind the back, or something happening behind your back. That is the card maybe that would make some things more precise in the reading, although you can see it on other cards or the set of other cards. But many of the life musings or the actions are depicted on the Minor Arcana, but this particular type of thing is not, and this would maybe be it, because sadly this happens a lot, and this someone doing something behind your back thing, and it's good to have this card maybe to point it out more clearly. So this is not a positive card, right? Okay, next, day 25. Tarot or Oracle, which would you read with for the rest of your life if you had to pick one, and why? Tarot, because why? I don't use much oracles. I have only few oracle decks. I have 3, I think, or 4 if you count the soul cards. No, with soul card it's 3, and no, 4 because I don't use them as much, and all I want from a oracle deck, my Avalonian Oracle can do for me. The only thing that I'm missing with oracle decks are the addition for the client readings here and there. I haven't found a perfect deck for this one yet. I have a few in my wish list that I want to try out, but this is not like majorly important. So tarot, because tarot can cover it all. It can be gentle, it can be harsh, it can be kicking your tush, and it can be just everything. It covers, for me, it covers all. No need for oracles per se. And the last day is 26, thoughts on tarot becoming mainstream. Yes. So I'm really glad that it is coming more mainstream, because more people can see and use the cards for their own good, for the personal development, and if they are using it like this. If there are people that are coming to tarot for the making money with them, this is not so good, because it's more like helping people and helping thyself with the cards. So I think the more the merrier, because it's about time that the fears around this deck and the divining only myth around this deck would end, because tarot deck is so much more, and it can help a person to overcome their fears and past hurts and just about everything. The work on ourselves gets much easier with tarot cards, and the divining is like secondary on the whole journey. So the self-improvement part, and the more people are using this and it helps them to get on the next level or to let go of something, or helps people to overcome fears or pain or emotional distress, it's only good, right? So let it go mainstream. It's just beautiful when it does. So these were my days 22 until 26 of the hashtag 31 days of tarot, and thank you for watching. Bye.